Since they did, huh? We should ring it in the right way, since technically we had to hand over. Let's see here. We are starting the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, we're already live. We're still talking crap.
So we're back from yeah, we're up, but we're still talking via. There we go. Since everybody's on their way back from Oklahoma. Yeah. This is the way I was saying. I think when I say hand it over, I mean like literally, like we gotta go, and booked. Did you hear about that?
That's too bad. Definitely. I think it would have been a close duel, especially since we didn't bring much depth this year.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing, right? Like, wasn't really super. Wasn't our best team, but you do what you got to do.
Yeah,
Can't really fault anybody for that, but I don't know. It just wasn't a good year for California out there.
No, I think the timing of everything is a little odd too. I mean, same weekend as NCAA's. 1 week later, now you got the NHCSA. You got Folk Style Nationals. It's also next week too in Iowa, which is also a USA event.
I mean, why doesn't USA Wrestling just call everything a national, and then we could just nobody could ever be at the same place at one time? Sounds like a great idea to me.
They pretty much do.
I mean, I knew Virginia coming in was going to be was going to be a problem because for the tournament that's existing, because they're running it alongside the boys with the same thing, with like you could wear your high school singlet, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see for how the reaction is and how girls are treated, though. So I guess we can't jump to too many conclusions. I know to coach boys, it's like almost $100 because I don't know many people that are members of National High School Coaches Association. That's like a $50 membership fee, and then it's like a $50 coaching pass that you need. So it turns out to be $100.
Ouch.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like everybody's, I mean, I get it. You got to be doing these things, but when Oklahoma turns off the water fountain, so you buy, it's kind of like, well, kind of a bad time to decide to start doing those things when you have competition right outside the gate,
Yeah, and I think, I don't know if you think the same way, but I think Oklahoma kind of shot themselves in the foot not allowing more dual teams and duels to happen. Because they lost 60 plus California girls that would have come that normally didn't.
Yeah, no, they did shoot themselves in the foot
last year with them not being able to get on draw teams or whatever you want to call it. That knocked 60 off, and then other teams aren't bringing their full lineups either, knowing that they're not going to beat California or Texas, not going to have a shot at it even. So they're just bringing their better girls and that are really wanting to do it, not bringing depth. Like California brought 120 girls or something like that last year altogether. I don't think we had close to that this year.
Yeah. No, the team didn't look super big this year, and then the number of people that were going this year wasn't very big either. I know the Rebels didn't take anybody.
Nope.
I know Somar didn't take anybody. It appears that the other team from up north didn't take many people.
Oh, like six or seven. And last year they took, 50.
Yeah. Is he going to Virginia?
No. He's going to that Washington one or the Western Regional or Northwestern Regional or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he swears you can qualify through there. I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Oklahoma's now like in jeopardy, to be honest. It's been the staple for people who want to finish out their folk style season with a national tournament. We went, but I don't know. I kind of just feel like high school state is like it, but now that high school state's kind of pushed back, these girls got to
Mm-hmm.
continue to do folk style longer on their own before they get to another tournament. Our girls are like, now we're just doing freestyle, so we're just doing freestyle. But there was some girls there uh, wrestling too, so I don't know. It's interesting. There was some people that placed that I was kind of surprised they placed. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the brackets were talent ridden the way they have been in the past. What do you think?
No, I think there was definitely some deep weight classes and definitely some shallow ones. I think on these tournaments, though, a lot of it is where you end up in the bracket. Like, if you get a good draw and you can win some matches that are close, now you become an All-American. You know, the seeding is always messed up, or even if they do seed, I don't even know if they do seed at these tournaments because, I mean, look at that example of Cristal Rodriguez and Emily Shilson on the same side of the bracket. Come on,
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
are you for real?
Well, it was a great semi. I think
Yeah,
it's like 2-1 match. I think I saw.
yeah. I don't think anyone's been that close with Shilson in forever.
Yeah, that's real tough. That she ran through the finals 15-0. Which no knock on the girl in the finals, but still, I mean,
No, it just goes to show
that's
you the seeding was messed up.
yeah. On the other hand, though, Monica Garcia loses the first round and then wrestles all the way back for third. What?
Yeah, she got head and
She
armed.
wrestled.
She got head and armed and caught, and kudos to her for roaring back.
I mean, good luck. 7 matches in one day. Stay alive.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's insane. Um, Danielle Garcia from Silverado High School. Sorry, Sultana High School. Sorry. I don't know. Anyhow,
Corona High School. It's Corona High
that's
School.
what
Get
it
it right.
is. Get it right. Yeah, she uh she came back and took third. Um, Katie Gomez took fifth in cadet, which was a surprise to me.
What'd she take in juniors?
I didn't see. I don't know if she wrestled juniors, to be honest. Let me check this here. It's a wonderful question. Anybody surprise you with their performance or lack thereof?
No, it was Richie showed up. I think she got seventh or eighth. I
Yeah.
was, taking the whole year off pretty much. I mean, I'm sure she was training a little bit, but
Yeah, I got a text message with a question. JD Hawkins coaches girls now?
yeah.
Like,
Was he? He must have been there, I guess.
yeah, because
I did hear. Now this is through friends of my daughter, but there was a lot more personal coaches there this year than have been in the past. Now maybe it's just less girls, so more people realize it. Now I always thought there was a lot of, whether you call them personal coaches or area coaches or whatever. But that was interesting
yeah.
to have
Um,
to hear that. But it's
yeah.
a different it's a different regime now.
Well, well, same staff. You look at the picture, it's the same staff, but yeah, I didn't. I'm not surprised. I mean, that's kind of been a gripe for a lot of coaches for a while now.
It
They
has
want to
been,
coach
and
their kid.
they're maybe wising up. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully they're saying, "Oh, we'll get these top girls or better girls to come if their coaches will come too."
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
anytime there's a willing coach that wants to help out in some way, I'm not saying like be the boss or do anything. That a willing coach is willing to help out, and I mean, there's plenty of times I coached a girl that asked me to coach her, and I'm asking her name on the way to the mat. because there's no available coach. But to
Yeah.
me, to have somebody in their corner to fight for them and, coach them through some situations is better than not having a coach at all.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
100%. Yeah.
and I think with the numbers, Team California can't afford. Well, they probably can't afford. They don't want to afford to go send 12 coaches.
Yeah.
With the actual Team California staff, even though numbers wise they probably should.
Yeah.
You know,
I
which that was our big gripe before at Fargo. Not necessarily about not necessarily attacking the coaches on the staff of Team California, more attacking Team California leadership for not realizing that you have a whole lot of wrestlers and you probably need some coaches.
yeah.
Or there's going to be some upset parents, and how many aren't going to go to Fargo this year, which is a shame because they didn't have a coach in their corner last year.
Yeah. No, that's true. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think it might be a little too late with regards to the tournament itself. It just
Yeah.
didn't look super solid. Saw some people like again, girls that I don't know if I thought of them as national caliber girls placing, but they did, and good for them. You can't really fault them for that. They came and they wrestled and they placed in the tournament they needed to be called All American.
Yeah, he had a few girls didn't even qualify for our state tournament that All American.
Yep. So I'm I was happily surprised for some of them, because I think it's going to build on their self esteem and everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was good overall. But what do you think about Virginia though? You think that's going to be something that more people are going to visit?
I think it's going to be small this year, um, and I think because it'll be small, it'll be a good experience for the people that go.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the final numbers on it. They had like the team list and there this participants list posted for a while, and they took it off, or at least I couldn't find the link.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if they were like kind of embarrassed about the low numbers.
Mm.
And but I think it's going to be good. So you're going to get all those returning, plus coaches having good experience, more people returning. Bad experience at Oklahoma. I think the tournament, the staff at Oklahoma has always been a little bit unfriendly. Uh,
Yeah.
it's like there's nobody on the mats at all, and they're telling coaches to move off the mats. It's not like you're blocking the view of anybody because there's no bleachers there to block the view. You
Yeah.
know, like the seating has always been horrible. I guess the big gripe this year was no podium. Well,
Yes.
a big gripe,
Yeah.
and then people say it doesn't matter. I think it does. I think it's odd that called Women's Folk Style National Tournament by USA Wrestling. Why they don't get a stop sign? Boys get a stop sign in Iowa.
Well,
I mean,
what about last year? My girls got their awards, and we look at it, and it's from the year before. It's got the year before his number on it. We're
well, when you
like,
got leftover medals and plaques, you got to give them out. You can't just hold on to them.
I was like, this is the wrong year. So that was interesting, to say the least. But
Yeah, I think just lack of attention to detail and kind of like having that attitude that USA Wrestling often does. Like,
mhm.
we're the only game in town. Deal with it. Stop complaining. Don't come. They have that attitude instead of trying to be a little more customer service oriented.
Yeah,
I think I know you can't please all the people all the time, but you can really try your best to do a good job as a tournament director, and it seems like they don't care.
yeah.
You know.
No, you're right, and you're right in saying like, yeah, some of it's unfriendly. Like, yeah, I had some unfriendly experiences out there for sure. So yeah, not good on that end, but we'll see what's up. Hopefully, both tournaments grow. More opportunities for girls, stuff like that. But I think having them back to back is not going to be good.
And I think a few of the hammers were at the let me think of the proper terminology for it. Wyoming Seminary versus the World Duel at NCAA's.
Oh yeah.
at the festival. It was kind of cool. I mean, it was a great concept. I don't know how much traction they got, whatnot. I'm sure it's sponsored by USA Wrestling. Good opportunity for those girls to go out there and showcase. I don't. I saw some scores, but I don't remember. I think Wyoming Seminary pretty much ran the table. I also think it was a brilliant idea for Wyoming Seminary, kind of as a literally a recruiting tool.
Yeah.
Let's have these other girls come out and wrestle and see what you could be working out with. And, I'm sure they had a couple of workouts and stuff together and then did a duel and had some fun and went and watch NCAAs, all that good jazz. So,
Yeah. Um,
um, I thought,
Valdivia sent me the results, I think.
I thought that, Osteen was supposed to go to that, but I don't know if she's still out
Uh,
with concussion
I
or.
and I thought she was too, and I thought I heard that she texted her girl, but I don't see her in the results that I got. Let's see, 46 kilos. Ava Bayless from Wyoming Seminary over Estrella Dorado from Marin. 7-0. Mia Palumbo from the USA All Stars over Caitlin Walker. 8-4 from Sem. Stefana.
She's the New York girl that won it last year, right?
I think
That
so,
wrestled
yeah.
for Team California last year
Yeah.
at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Then Stefana Jelchik um, over Valerie Baker from Seminary 3-1. Stefana's
Uh-huh.
cool people.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Karina Blades, Wyoming Seminary over Skylar Hattenford 3-2. Then Sophia Smith over Lily Schur 9-0. Let me see. Reese Namarendi from Wyoming Seminary over Aseta Sanari. Or Sarnai 12-2 Tech Fall. Then Amit Elor over Tiffany Ballbits 10-0. Then Kennedy Blades over Alexis Gomez 10-0 Tech Fall. I wonder who had a faster Tech Fall, Amit or Kennedy Blades. Then it's unknown at 59 kilos. Then I guess there was some extra matches here. Estrella Dorado over Abigail Duke from Seminary 11-8. And then Karina Blades over Naomi Henry by fall 3-21. And it looks like Wyoming Seminary won 25-15. That's what it looks like here. According to Track Wrestling. So, but yeah, I didn't see Zepeda there. I thought I had heard she was going to be there. So interesting to say the least.
Did the twins, the Martinez girls, go to Oklahoma?
I don't think so because Grant was at a tournament with the Somar tournament this weekend.
I didn't see him in the brackets either. So
yeah, so I don't think they might be going to Virginia though.
Okay.
Those young ladies wrestle everywhere though.
Yeah,
So
I hope they do. That'd be good.
Yeah, yeah. So the little sister's tough, dude.
Yeah, she was wrestling
BK, some tough high school girls and was doing well. So she's super tough. I like her a lot. She's a super good kid. So BK Martinez. So shout out to her. She's my buddy. We had some pretty good matchups at our tournament. I was kind of happy. We had some tough matchups out there.
It was a good little event.
Yeah. And then before I get going on that too, I know some people were asking me about one of our wrestlers, Heaven Jerez. Heaven's going to be out for a bit. She got a pretty bad injury at practice. She was in a bulldog situation, and yeah, she got hurt. So she'll be out for about 2 months, fortunately. But prayers with her. She's in a lot of pain right now, so it's not good. But yeah, but the tournament was good. Like I said, we had some good matchups. Girls got to work on some things. Matchup I think of the day was probably Drury versus Zepeda, huh?
Yeah.
That was interesting to see how that was going to go down. Zepeda drove down for, and I guess she got to Pomona like at 4 a.m. and then just slept at her brother's house. So yeah, so it's kind of funny, but she's like gonna go into MMA though, like legit. Like she has a fight coming up.
Really, it's not that far of a drive though from Palm Springs. It's not that far.
It's like two. Is it 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But she was saying like she legit like is going to be going into MMA. Like she's got a fight coming up.
I think for some of these tougher girls, that's the move. I mean, it'd be nice to see him to go wrestle in college, but when you can go out and make some money, pretty decently.
Yeah. 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 If I was a coach, I'd probably be marketing that, like having a boxing coach come in and stuff, and girls could cross train and
I mean, can you
liability.
imagine? I can imagine Gracie getting in the ring right now and beating anybody at that weight up, like just beating them up.
Oof. Yeah.
Especially
But
in Selma, there's no. It's rough over there. You know, they're not taking
well,
no crap from nobody.
does she live in Selma?
Yeah, or like
Oh,
right within the vicinity of Selma. Yeah, I think they
okay.
actually do live in Selma because Richard lives in Selma, so I would think so.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but that area, that central area of California's got a lot of MMA, so
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. Um, so yeah, that's interesting to hear that young lady's going right away in MMA. She's looking at college still, but she's just saying like, yeah, I got fights coming up and this and that. She does big Brazilian jiu-jitsu too,
Okay.
so it's another thing also. Coaches combines coming up
Yeah.
weekend of April 6th. We're gonna do one session Friday, one session Saturday, one session Sunday.
So is that
It'll
before Freestyle State or is that after?
It's before. So you'll have Missouri Baptist, where Diamond Guilford goes to school and has
Yeah.
progressed.
She's all
You
right.
have she's she won a couple things. I think she won WCWA and NAIA this year at
Yeah,
an
it's okay.
open tournament
It's
and junior
okay. I
welter.
mean,
Remember?
you know.
Yeah, I mean whatever it's worth. Then then it's gonna be Jamestown with Shauna Isabel, who formerly Shauna Isabel, now Shauna Kemp. She's coming in. The girls like her a lot. There's a couple girls that I talked to me about her, and she was a competitor back in the day. Man, she was one of the best up and comers coming out of college. Super tough. Um, she's coming out to run a session, and then Kevin Corbett from
Corbett?
Lions. Yep, he's coming out. So those three schools, we're gonna run one session Friday night, one session Saturday afternoon, so everybody can go to Beat the Streets, and then on their way home, stop off at West Covina High School, which is where we're having it, and catch a session, and then Sunday morning. So that'll be fun. All that information is gonna be posted up on the website tomorrow, so that's gonna be cool. Hopefully, we get some kids out to that. And anybody doesn't know, the combine's just we bring college coaches in so that people know I can make an educated decision. It gets expensive flying your kids out everywhere, so we bring the coaches in and they run a workout, you can Q&A them, all that good stuff. So that's coming up. We were gonna do a takedown tournament at the end of it, but I don't know now. Well, we probably still could on Sunday, but I know everybody's gonna probably go to Beat the Streets on Saturday. Free plug to Beat the Streets.
Yeah.
Um,
Gonna be what, USA versus India again?
no. I'm talking about the actual tournament. They have the Grand Prix in LA for the kids.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah,
No, when's
yeah.
when's the
And the
USA
event
versus?
like it's like 5:30 at night on Saturday,
Oh, okay.
something like that. Yeah,
So during the afternoon session.
probably yeah. And which I mean, I could probably talk to Yaru and see if we could just do a session in Rio because everybody's already there. Cut it shorter and then get everybody over to the evening session because they want to fill that place up. I know that.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I know that's coming up. The lineup for that's pretty good too. We got a lot of California talent in there. I know Jakara Winchester's in there. Um, I hope Amanda Hendy's in there too, but probably have like Velty or somebody in there. I got to look up
I wonder
the
if So Andy will be over here? Is that
No, I said I hope so.
no Andy Cook?
Oh, Andy? Oh, I don't know. I should message Andy and ask him, huh?
Because isn't he India women's coach or something like that?
Yeah, he
Or
is. Yeah. Yeah, he's a national team coach for them.
I know they've been trying for a long time, and I don't think money's an issue with them. To
Yeah.
try to bring some higher level stuff, and he's had some really good success bringing
Yeah.
girls up from nothing. So good for him.
No, for real. Like, yeah, Andy had some really quick success at the school he was at, and then I don't know. He's now no longer there and all that good stuff, but for whatever reason. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Freestyle State's coming up. Excited about that. Um, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I
The
always like,
body bar is only 6 weeks away.
yeah, UWW World Team Trials should be fun. You guys going to Vegas? Um, the week after state.
Possibly, we'll see. I don't know. My daughter doesn't want to, but I like it. I think it's a fun tournament. You get to get some of the tough Nevada girls there, and then some other ones that just seem to fly out. Like we wrestled a tough Montana girl one time, and I think we wrestled Preston last time we went.
Mhm.
Girl who won folk style nationals. So she's good.
Yeah, Nevada's pumping them out.
Yeah, they got some like a lot of not good girls, but then the and boys too. The top ones seem to be like the top. Like they're
Yeah.
top in the nation. They're not top in Nevada. They're top kids in the nation. You
Yeah.
know.
There's
So
just that gap
it used to
disparity.
be like oh I got a Pac-10 kid in my bracket. All right, cool. Now it's like I got a Nevada girl. Oh, that could be good. It could be bad.
Yeah, it's some 50-50 there.
Yeah.
So they got some hammers coming out of there for the girls. Speaking of which, switch over to the boys for a second. What you think of that NCAA tournament?
That was pretty awesome. I think that Fix got screwed. A
Yeah.
nice little headgear pull. I don't know. I think that I agree with a lot of stuff on social media where that match is when the casual wrestling fan turns the channel because they don't understand and why are we stopping and having a break and why are we reviewing this. I think the hands to the face call was dumb by Smith to throw that block because
Yeah.
but they literally gave him another challenge. I don't understand how they gave him another challenge at the end.
Well,
Then
you
they
get
looked at it like they looked at the same video we saw. I saw 5 fingers inside of a headgear, but then they upheld it. Like I don't understand. I think the the basis is the review needs to be a third party. Whether it's onsite or offsite, the review needs to be a third party making a decision. Like whether it's I don't know, I forget the guy's name right now, but whether it's him who's the head of kind of all the officials, even
yeah.
head of all the officials and like 2 other officials sitting there, even if they're not reffing the match at the time, like maybe it's a rotating thing, like you got 20 officials there
Yeah.
minimum. So 2 of those guys, after you get done with your match, you go up into there. Every 2-3 matches, you rotate, for the review process.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy. I mean, if you make a bad call, you're not gonna like admit it on national TV that you made the bad call.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that there was a couple matches where I was like, that Yanni takedown, the second one, a
Yeah,
little
but the
iffy
first one,
there.
the first one should
First
have been a
one,
takedown.
yeah,
The
first one
first
should
one,
have been a
so it
takedown.
was like
Yes,
a makeup call.
it's
The
like he
first
gave it
one,
back to him. Yeah, like he gave it back to him.
it was like he had
Uh,
already had 2 swipes. He's going, and then all of a sudden, it's not a takedown anymore.
all right, let me ask you this. Which wrestler were you the most heartbroken for in the finals? Joseph losing after winning it twice. He may go down like Imar.
No, I don't.
Um,
I wasn't that heartbroken for him.
I don't know anybody that was, to be honest, except for his parents. Everybody's like,
Yeah,
I don't like the way Joseph wrestles. I don't either.
yeah, he's
Um,
boring. Hall is boring too. Like it's kind of like you get what you deserve. Like when every match is 3-2 or 4-3 or 5-4, or and you do that over and over again, you're gonna get caught, and that's what happens with those two. I was most heartbroken for names escaping me. The kid that lost to Nolf in the semis.
Oh, you're talking about ah Hidley.
Yeah,
Hayden Hidley.
Hayden Hidley.
Hidley. Yes, it wasn't even the final match. Dude,
Yeah.
that whole tournament, he broke my heart. Because you could see he wanted it so bad at the end.
And
he's like almost crying.
That he got, I mean, I watched it 10 times on review, and 5 times I think it was a takedown, and 5 times I don't. It was just like one of those, you could just see the anguish on him. That's probably the kid I felt for him the most.
Yeah.
But I don't know, who was yours? Who are you most heartbroken for?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the overall tournament, yes, Hayden Hidley was the one I was hands down the most heartbroken for, because you could just see his emotions coming out when he was shaking hands. It was just like, oh my god, to be that close to dethroning the king, like, oh, nobody's supposed to get that close to Nolf. Nobody. And that actually should have been the final, but he ended up getting fourth even. Which, by the way, good job for you. I'm tallying up our little game we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you hit that one like right on the head.
On that bracket?
Yeah.
Well, good, because I screwed up some other ones pretty bad. So
yeah,
close.
Yeah, there's only like 5 of us in there, 6 of us in there. It was like me, Dez, you, John, Fernando, Parps. Yeah, so there's like 6 of us. But I gotta check. I haven't even looked at Serrato's yet because he was bragging so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, if this guy wins, it's gonna be trouble. Which, notice that a certain somebody once Fernando put it out there, hey, if I win, that trophy goes back to its rightful owner.
He didn't
that person
submit.
Suddenly didn't have time.
His picks.
Yeah, like, oh, how convenient. But
kudos to Fernando for calling him out on that.
So
what's awesome about Fernando?
He's
not going anywhere for like 12 more years.
Yeah, he's got kids that are
in women's wrestling. He's got a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Yeah, it'd be him and I in rocking chairs at the side of the mat, just like.
Yeah.
So, which I'm older than him, so I should be me in a rocking chair. He'll just have a walker. But yeah. So, but in the finals, I would say, nah, Mueller, no. Fix got hosed. Man, McKenna probably. And I don't even like Ohio State. I think McKenna might be the one I was most heartbroken for.
Yeah, I wasn't that heartbroken.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, I don't like Ohio State that much, but because, like I said, probably fix because it went down the way it did.
Yeah,
that's just corny. Like, everybody saw this. They saw this. Everybody, like, you don't see anything else. You just see. I don't care how long his hair is. You see the fingers curled.
Yeah, like, I was on a debate last night, like that Wrestlers Only page on Facebook.
Yeah,
you get the dumbest people on earth on there. But the Chris Perry side headlock, let's call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Merkel?
Yeah, like the Merkel without the leg.
Yeah.
This guy went off saying
that.
There's no
head. It's locking hands.
It's locking hands, blah, 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 for like 4 hours. Well, evidently this morning, like after everyone like drawing pictures for him, like explaining the rules, the rule book, like finally he's like, I apologize for last night. I drank too much and was really fired up about the loss. Because I guess this guy's like kind of reputable on that site. And it's just been like, I mean, it's been a busy day on that, on some of those things, people posting stuff, but it's funny. I just can't wait for the girls to get some more recognition. Like people don't even know there's a girls national championship. And there's technically, I mean, I don't want to say there technically isn't, because there is. I mean, there's an NAIA one and a WCWA one, but it just seems like there's not that much hype. I don't know if it's because it gets lost in Big Tens and all the conference stuff, or it's try to the end of the main regular season for boys, men, I should say. I don't know, and maybe because it's freestyle, that there's not that. There's just such a cult following in the NCAA's. It's the best
with folk
experience.
style. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's just
it's yeah. If you've never been to the Division I NCAA finals, like you need to just do a pilgrimage, get your butt there because it is
next year is
amazing.
the year to go because it's in the new football stadium, so there will be plenty of seats. I still think they're going to sell out. I think they're like going to be 30,000 tickets or something.
Whew. Yeah,
But it's going to be interesting how seating and viewership is going to be going. I will definitely be going next year, especially if we're not going to Oklahoma. We'll be going to the NHCSA. So I have that weekend free for now.
nice. Count me in. So probably buy my tickets tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So yeah. Once the girls get that kind of recognition too, it'd be nice. That kind of a crowd, everything. Like, did you see the walkout for Malik Lewis?
No, but that's a stud. Like that's come. Oh my gosh, dude, he
Dude,
killed it.
he just strutted. He didn't like pump up. He didn't hop. He just walked. Mm-hmm. That's a man on a mission.
I didn't see a lot of the walkouts because ESPN was like too busy trying to sell commercials, so I wasn't watching
Yeah.
online. So I didn't get to see the walkouts and the music and all that. Like I think if you were watching directly, were you watching directly on ESPN app?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, then you
And I
could
just
see
and I
that.
just and I just posted up his highlight video from the weekend. So just doing that, you could see it. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, that kid, junior world champ, everybody slept on him, and he came through.
Yeah.
So
Makai Lewis is a name that we're gonna hear about for the next few years. That's for darn sure.
kid taking that kid down when he was wrestling Iowa Marinelli. And
Marinelli?
Marinelli had his leg up, went to go sweep the other leg, and he just bounced out of the single leg. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's an athlete right there.
No. It's a man who has a high wrestling IQ who understood where his body position was on the mat. You want to just sell him short and say he was just athletic, son. He didn't dive over him. He actually knew where he was and wrestled well with that IQ.
Yeah.
An athlete. Okay. But that granted, I don't see a lot of other people doing that what that kid did.
No.
But I will not sell that kid short. He wrestled really good. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I was definitely most excited for him. Second, maybe to Valencia.
Yeah, so I was excited for him. I just, it annoys me to watch his dad in the background. Like, I don't know if you caught it, but like when he got taken down at the beginning, his dad like had like an utter look of disgust with his arms folded. Like, are you serious? Like, you're an embarrassment to me. Like, attitude, which really kind of, it really irritates me on that. I don't know. Maybe that's just his personality.
That's what motivates his son. You better recognize his dad. He has so much respect for his father that letting him down on any level is not acceptable. So he probably went home and the offering of an NCAA championship, despite the fact that he got taken down on national TV, is hoping his father will forgive him.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have something. We should all be so lucky, huh? To have a son that like he's so good you don't expect him to ever get taken down. I don't care if it's in the NCAA finals or not.
Exactly. That's an embarrassment to the family name.
Yeah, dare you. Made him walk home from Pittsburgh. So yeah. But it's a good weekend, dude. Overall, It's a good weekend.
Wouldn't be surprised if he would have lost.
He just finding his way back like Forrest Gump.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Did you hear about Santa Rosa College?
Yeah, Santa Rosa Junior College joining the WCWA, which I don't understand why everyone else didn't, but I guess they're a little bit ahead of everybody.
Well, I know that they're trying to do like a coaches symposium for girls wrestling, and they had asked me before to help with it, but it got to be a lot of extra stuff that I didn't really know how to do, to be honest. But Fresno City's, I think the president of their school has a daughter who wrestles. So Paul Keesaw is taking the reins on it, but it just so happens to be on the weekend of like the Hall of Fame dinner, and it's the same weekend of Body Bar or UWW World Team Trials. Um, so really anybody with a lot of insight's not really going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't think. Some people offer to call in and stuff like that. I'm going to turn in the stuff that I have. For me, I think you want to try to jump through some of the hoops that you know that schools will put on a program. So I think maybe a shortened season with, and my suggestion was even shrinking the weight classes down, because and do California junior colleges for girls as its own thing like they do the boys.
Yeah.
And then maybe have only like 4 travel dates, make it like just a shortened season that the girls train.
Yeah, but then you're going to go shortened season and then go try to compete on the national level.
Well, that's the thing, is that you would be done with your JC, California JC calendar before you'd have U23s, before you'd have Body Bar. So you can still go do those things.
No, but I'm talking about competing at the WCWA National Championships.
No, that's what I'm telling you, is that no, I was proposing to just have California JCs the same way as they do the boys. Just have them only compete against California JCs for the first couple years. Build it up.
Well, but the problem is that it'll stay like that, like the California boys junior colleges do, is they just stay only in California. They never, Lassen is the only one that I can think of that goes on the national junior college tournament.
All of your sports have to go national if you go national. That's why Lassen isn't in anything else.
But why? Because it's a WCWA. It's a club affiliation. It's not like an NAIA or NCAA or anything like that. It's just a club finals is all it is.
My understanding also is that they would not accept clubs. Like if you have a club, they wouldn't. My proposal was 8 teams, 4 in the north, 4 in the south, or there some kind of combination of that, some in the central, whatever, 2 and 2 and 2 or whatever. And let's just say, okay, I'll just give an example of what I had in mind. Sac City, Santa Rosa, Delta, Fresno. Then Cerritos, Mount Sac.
Bakersfield.
Yeah, Bakersfield and Cuesta, we'll say. Okay? 4 and 4. Have those schools in there. They would split 2 dual days where they'd round robin each other in duels, 4 and 4. And then a dual championship and a state championship. Boom. Done. You only have 3 travel days. No problem. 3 or 4 travel days, 4 travel days. Wouldn't be a problem. Be done with a shortened time period. And then the girls are free to do all these other open tournaments or whatever else they want to do. US Open, U23, Body Bar, or UWW qualifier. And you'd still be fine.
But now Santa Rosa can't because they joined WCWA, right?
That's correct. So that's going to kind of take away from that. But again, mine was strictly a proposal. It wasn't anything more than that. But I think it would give JCs a chance to let everybody know that they're there. It would give them a chance to field a full team, and make it viable. Just take your time. Don't try to do it all in one move, because you're gonna have a bunch of half teams filled. And then what do you do when you have? I mean, luckily, like down here, we have plenty of girls. We got plenty of schools and plenty of girls. Rio Hondo, Mount Sac, Cerritos, Santa Ana would all have teams. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but like Santa Ana Santa Ana might get more girls than boys there because they had like 6 guys on their team this year. Yeah, or 8 guys ended up with. So
yeah, and so and you'd have all those Orange County girls going up there and stuff like that. So that wouldn't be bad, And then San Gabriel Valley, East LA College, all those schools. So
Moore Park, they're back now.
Yeah, but you got to look at the number of, I guess you get all those Oxnard schools again to go into there. Girls from Pacifica, girls from Channel Islands. If they didn't go away to college, they can go there, see me.
Uh-huh.
So we have enough girls to warrant it. Why not? So I don't know. They're gonna have their like I said, their coaches meeting on it. Um, I know Donnie Garrett right now is the president, and he wants it done by the time he's done with his 2 years, and he's almost a year in right now. So hopefully they can do it. I know Paul. I was talking with him for one time, and I mentioned too about maybe even running one of the dual tournaments at another high school event so the girls could see it as a viable thing. And he was like, no, I don't think that's right. I think it's better to have them, if they're going to be a college level, have them a college level tournament. But then who are you advertising to, really? I'm not thinking about just the competition aspect of it, but I'm also thinking of like advertising so that people know that you're a viable option for them to go to college.
Yeah, like right before the finals of a tournament or something, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, something like that.
So, or hosting a big dual tournament for high school and college and let them wrestle each other there.
Yeah. Well,
So
they do that individually at West Coast TOC.
yeah. So yeah. So that was just my thoughts with it and stuff like that, and people could see it and get pumped up about it. So who knows? But anyhow, got anything else?
No, you heard any transfers yet? I'm sure it's coming.
Well, we did see the coach with the most on the travel trip this weekend, so who knows? I
Wait, I saw. Well,
go
never
ahead,
mind.
go ahead, go ahead.
I saw two coaches with the most on the trip. We'll have to get them on. We'll have to get them on to talk about it. No,
Yeah.
I think that's what got one of them not in trouble, but just irritated. About people talking crap, and I mean, the bottom line, like we've talked many times, is you're gonna go where you think the best opportunity for your kid is. If you don't, you're a bad parent.
Well, here's my thing. Year after year after year, okay? This particular, like one of these teams will take X number of girls to state, right?
Uh-huh.
Of those X number of girls, like a high percentage of them are transfers. And it's like, hang on a second. They were already state qualifiers going in. Or, so how do people see that as a win? You know what I mean? Like it's if that's the history of your program, to me it just raises questions. You know what I mean? Like, would you see that as a successful program? If of your
Well, when you're looking on the outside in, and maybe you're not that familiar, don't know. You're a parent that has a maybe young and up and coming kid, or maybe you've been in high school for 2 years, and then um maybe you've been in high school for 2 years, and then all of a sudden they start getting good, or a little better, and then you're looking for the next step, and you're just looking at results. You're not looking at where this person originally came from or not. You're just looking at results, and then if you look on paper, they have the results for the most part. I mean, they have up and down years, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just funny. It's just like, okay. Side note: did you know some districts allow kids from continuation schools to wrestle at their high school?
Yeah, which is really weird because we have a continuation school in our district, and you can't. You can't do anything.
I'd be all over those continuation schools because those girls probably like to fight.
Yeah, a lot.
I'd be all over it. I'm like, what? When I heard that, I was just like amazed. I was like, really? Like,
What district? I'm sure it's up to each district individually, but I know our district you can't.
Yeah. I don't want to get in any trouble.
Oh, you tell me off the air.
Yeah. You know. But so I heard that and I was just surprised. I was like, well, I mean, hey, if the district lets it, why not? But it just is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised by the standards that are set forth for kids nowadays. I mean, letting
Well,
kids who aren't academically eligible to graduate still walk in their ceremony. I see that nowadays.
yeah.
Now this, I'm like, good Lord.
Well, the thing with the continuation schools, you can pretty much be a screw off for the first 2-3 years of high school, and then somehow do like 20 packets, and now you graduate. You know what I mean? It's like, so you got the same education as the kid that went for 4 years and worked their butt off, and struggled in certain subjects that they struggle in, and you know,
Time management, all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah,
that's good times.
yeah. So I was surprised to hear that as well. Some districts allow that, which I'm not encouraging anybody to like check their district so that they can send their kids so they could have more training time. I know there's probably a parent out there who's like, really? Like, we got to find these districts and move.
Now we do have homeschool program and a hybrid program that allows that in our district. It's mainly for athletes. It's mainly for high level athletes. It's more for like the actors, actresses, maybe like gymnasts, that kind of stuff.
Do you have a lot of those at your school?
No, not at our school, in our whole district.
District. Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure there's a parent out there now who's like researching to get their kid more time, and we're not advocating for it. But hey,
Yeah,
maybe somebody will use that as a selling point too. Like, hey, I know you're.
Yeah, we are. I'm just putting it out there, Esperanza High School, in case you want your kid to just do homeschool and wrestle. We're the spot.
you'll have a you'll have a 3-time state champ coming to your school next week.
Yeah, I mean, especially if Lillian Freitas or Amit Alor aren't happy with their school.
Just doing satellite.
Yeah,
And then
just throwing it out there. We have a gas.
Taking selfies with them.
We have a gas budget, a fuel budget.
A fuel budget as well. No, God knows you travel enough. You can just carpool with you.
Yeah, I joke. Just so you know, I'm just joking.
Unless you're interested, then we'll figure it out. But all right. Anything else for us, Josh?
No, I think that's it. It's kind of slow in a way. We don't have the day-to-day stuff to talk about, but we can definitely get on here and talk about just wrestling in general.
Yeah, no, we can always just shoot the shit. I have no problem with that, for sure.
It's no different than normally every day our talking, except we just maybe watch our language a little more on here.
Yeah, and don't get directly in trouble with us naming people directly, but yeah. So anyhow, all right, bud. Well, I don't know where you're at. I was in a homeless encampment 2 months ago outside.
Now it's beautiful.
Now it's you living in a car somewhere.
Yeah.
Every time you're on.
I'm still in San Juan Capistrano. Last night working nights for a while. Hopefully, it'll be in the day.
I'll be sure to keep calling you at 5 a.m. like I always do. Then.
Heck yeah, you can do that starting Tuesday. You can call me whenever.
There you go. All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you.
All right. Good night, everybody.